Okay. No.
Okay. Do you want me to spell my name?
I don't need it.
Oh,
yeah.
Girl, good looking
Girl,
out.
she's got you.
Thank you.
Not today.
Thank you. Yeah, thank
That
you.
would be the best.
I owe her coffee. Okay.
I don't need it, but do you guys?
Oh yeah, maybe for our desk.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Trooper Jonna Batiste. I'm just gonna look at you. Okay. Johnnna. The last is B as in boy, Atiste.
We have a lot to break down today.
Yes.
Tell me when WSP first got involved on this.
Okay, so State Patrol first came involved in this actually after this morning's incident. So it's easier for me if I go chronologically. Okay, so I'll start with this morning's incident. No, that's okay. So around 8 o'clock this morning, there was a armed robbery that occurred in Mount Vernon with a knife. The suspect vehicle that was involved was put out to other police agencies should they come into contact with that vehicle. It was described as a white BMW with Oregon license plates. It's my understanding that security footage at that coffee stand actually caught the license plate, so we were able to verify that. At approximately 5 p.m. This evening, a second armed robbery occurred of a coffee stand in Bremerton with the same vehicle, same description, same license plate. I'm being told that a pursuit started in Kitsap County with the Kitsap County Sheriff's Office. The vehicle fled from them eastbound 16. Washington State Patrol troopers became involved in this pursuit as the vehicle fled eastbound 16 around the area of 19th Street. The vehicle then exited to Union. At that point, troopers terminated the pursuit. We have got several agencies that were involved still pursuing the vehicle. It ended getting back onto State Route 16, taking the ramp to northbound I-5. That ramp in the collector distributor from 16 to northbound I-5, troopers attempted to set up a spike strip. The spike strip was ineffective. At that point, a trooper did fire shots in an effort to protect himself and the public. Unfortunately, the vehicle continued even after that incident, subsequently struck 2 vehicles that I know of at this time. The driver then attempted to turn wrong way onto the freeway. This is in the construction zone there, so we've got some temporary Jersey barriers. He actually stuck himself between 2 Jersey barriers. At that point, the driver continued to flee. He exited his vehicle, fled on foot. Was running up the 38th Street on-ramp and was taken into custody without incident. Thankfully, there are no injuries to anybody involved, no injuries to any of the parties that were involved in the collisions, and no injuries to officers or the suspect.
Is that kind of a surprise? Was he driving recklessly?
At this point, I do have reports that during the pursuit, prior to State Patrol becoming involved, that there were speeds of triple digits, as well as passing on the shoulder. I haven't been able to confirm that, but yes, we do have indicators of reckless driving.
You mentioned shots were fired in this situation. Where those bullets go, and then talk a little bit about who's handling the officer involved.
Yes. So unfortunately, I can't talk extensively about it. As you know, Tacoma PD is assisting us. They will be doing a thorough investigation of the officer-involved shooting. I have spoken with Officer Loretta Kuhl, and she's prepared to put out a statement once that investigation is complete as far as the details of the shooting.
And I'm so sorry. So
No, that's
Tacoma
fine.
police officer is the one who ended up firing the shots.
No, a State Patrol. So anytime we have an officer-involved shooting and an effort for transparency for both the public and the agency, it's handed over to another agency. So in this instance, Tacoma PD will be handling that.
Good to know. Did this man run on the highway to get to somewhere he's going to go? Did he stop traffic?
At this point, we don't know exactly what, the thought process of where it is that he was going to go. He did run on the freeway, though, on foot, up that 38th Street on-ramp before he was taken into custody.
Okay. Sounds like a pretty dangerous situation on the highway, especially at a time when there are a lot of people on the roads.
Sure, absolutely.
Altogether, a good outcome for what could have happened.
The best possible outcome, no injuries to anybody involved, is a good day for anybody.
Gotcha.
What was the ripple effect for traffic? Was there much of one?
Yes. Currently, we've got, I don't even know all the ramps off the top of my head. We have currently closed 38th Street to northbound I-5, northbound I-5 to 705, eastbound 16 to northbound I-5, and the Sprague ramp to northbound I-5 is closed right now while the investigation is conducted. We hope to have that open shortly, though.
And what about the decision to pursue? I know that when speeding and driving recklessly, you guys take that really seriously.
Absolutely.
Well, how did it work today? Why did the pursuits happen?
Any time there's a pursuit involved, there's an inherent risk. What's definitely taken into effect is obviously the safety of the public, the risk to the public, and the crime that was committed. What we know of so far is that allegedly this vehicle was involved in 2 armed robberies today, both of them with a knife. Thankfully, nobody was injured in either of those armed robberies. I'm being told in the Mount Vernon one, though, at least that he did get away with cash in that robbery. So that's a scary thing, obviously, for a barista to have to go through, having a knife pulled on them. In this situation, though, it really is the best possible outcome. Thankfully, the suspect is in custody without injury, and we don't have any injury to any civilians as well.
And do we know much about the suspect at this point?
At this point, I don't even know his name, to be honest with you. I was told, though, by Mount Vernon PD that in regards to this morning's robbery, they had issued a warrant for his arrest. So by the time we came into contact with him, he did have a warrant for that robbery.
And you said he had a knife in Mount Vernon?
Mount Vernon, it was reported with a knife, as well as in Bremerton.
Okay. Did he have the knife on him? Do you know when he was...
I don't know that. As far as when he was taken into custody.
So you don't know where he's from, what his age is?
I know, I honestly don't. I saw him from afar. I can tell you white male, approximately 6'3". That's all I've got, though.
The rounds that were fired, did they strike the suspect's vehicle?
Yes.
All 5 of them?
I do not know that.
Okay, but some of them?
Correct.
Okay.
That part will be handled by Tacoma PD.
Okay.
Loretta would be able to tell you more. I don't know, unfortunately.
Okay.
Can we confirm the 5 rounds part? Sorry,
I can't even confirm that part.
Okay.
Loretta would know, though. No, that's okay.
I know you might not be able to talk about this more.
Sure.
But just so the suspect, you guys spiked the suspect's vehicle.
Attempted spike.
Okay,
My understanding is that it was unsuccessful.
What do you mean
Did the
by
troopers
that?
open?
Meaning that no flattened tires.
So he drove over it, but it didn't work? Or they
I don't even know the details of that part. I just know that a spike strip was thrown and that it didn't successfully deploy.
So is that when the trooper fired his weapon?
Correct. In the course of all of that happening rather quickly, I'm sure. But yes, that's the time span of this a spike strip deployment. The spike strip was ineffective, and the trooper fired rounds.
Do we think that maybe the trooper had to fire because the guy was trying to avoid the spike strip and had him right at the trooper?
Loretta would know. Sorry.
You said there was at least 2 non-injury collisions. Were those directly his fault, or?
Correct. After the spike strip deployment and the fired shots, the vehicle fled, struck a vehicle as it was fleeing. Then as it attempted to turn wrong way, it struck a second vehicle.
Oh, and everyone's
Is that the
okay.
crash?
Yes. Yes.
As far as police chases go, we'd love your perspective on how intense this one was.
This is intense. You've got a lot of agencies involved. Obviously, we've got backstory here from all day long escapade, I guess, for lack of a better word. So this is something that is. It's. I'm trying to find the right word for it.
Okay.
It's. I don't want to say emotional, but I mean it is. This is a situation that thankfully we're trained for, thankfully we're prepared for, but ultimately you never know what's going to happen. And again, I think that most of us are just glad that it turned out the way it did.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
And I wasn't sure if you said, did this pursuit start with Pierce County?
It started in Kitsap County,
Okay.
so a long way.
That's a long way. Okay.
Yes. So there was the armed robbery in Mount Vernon and armed robbery in Bremerton. My understanding is that the pursuit after the armed robbery in Bremerton occurred almost subsequently after that. That's what kind of sparked this to where we are right now.
Do you know about the approximate time range of when the pursuit started and when it was started and when it ended?
I know that troopers were notified of the robbery at 5:04. When Kitsap County initiated the pursuit, I don't know.
Thank you so much.
Did you say he was armed with a knife and a gun?
All I know is the knife.
The knife, okay. And then I just wanted to see, is this what it looked like? Oh, sorry. I guess it's hard to see.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a white guy. I know it's a white guy.
That will air that side. How about that?
He didn't have a hat on when I saw him.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, guys.
As far as Mount Vernon police, they're just like, look, it's probably the same guy, but obviously it's too early.